guys obviously, were really high on Jett Luchanko, took him with the first round pick, but did he live up to expectations of this camp, particularly the small details?
Yeah, on and off the ice. The more you get to know him, the drive that he has, he's kind of got a quiet intensity about him, the way he conducts himself off the ice. But this was summer hockey, but I think you saw in probably small amounts that his details to his game, the speed, the skill that he has, and just a very mature game for a young player, and a guy that just skyrocketed up the rankings there the second half of the year. Anybody that's ever coached him or has been around him just rave about his approach to the game, how he handles himself on and off the ice, and I think that lends well to dramatic improvement here going forward.
What parts of his game do you want to see improve when he goes back
To me, sometimes depending on the role, and he had a young team that could get overwhelmed against the London, but I think sometimes you get a little too focused on defense, and I think he can free himself up, especially with his speed and whatnot. He can probably take a few more chances, but I would expect to see an significant improvement on his production, and hopefully he has different line mates and stuff too that'll help him along. But he's not a kid that's going to complain about that. But he already has those other details. He can play in a lot of situations, which a coach will obviously appreciate.
Is there anyone that impressed you that you were kind of surprised by, maybe?
I don't know about surprised, but I look at players at different levels that have been here a number of times before. But a guy like Bump, for me, is every year he's been here, you see a dramatic improvement, and he looks like an NHL player to me going forward. He's an exciting guy. A guy like Hunter McDonald, he's close to 230 pounds now, and the way he skates, and you can see where his game is going. And obviously the Barkeys and the Bonks and whatnot. I have expectations for them, and not necessarily this is the format where you're going to see the best of the game, but then some of the young guys, the way they conducted themselves, and the recent draft picks, I thought all showed well for themselves and looked more comfortable as the week went along.
What is it about Hunter McDonald's game that, and where is the ceiling maybe for him now, even though he was a lower?
Yeah, no, his game is size, it's aggression. Obviously, he's big, long, he's very strong. He's a strong skater, and he's just a hard guy to play against. There's facets of his game where he's going to have to work on here going forward to get to the next level, but he's doing the work. He's really improved since we've drafted him, and he's put himself in this position where Torts is impressed, and what he coming to not a lot of college players are willing to go to the American League at the end of the year. They want to burn a year, and he wanted to go to the American League because he thought it would better himself, and I think it certainly did.
Gendron was somebody that you sent back to junior, and partway through the season from the Phantoms. Like, where do you see his level of improvement or not right now, and what do you expect from him moving forward?
Yeah, no, for Lexi, we sent him back just to make sure he played and didn't lose his confidence, and because of COVID and whatnot, he didn't play a lot of hockey. Some of these kids in that age group, so we sent him back. Unfortunately, got injured. Had a broken foot there, so he missed. But he came back for the playoffs. They had a great run down the stretch there, so it was good for him. For him, it's just he's never going to be the biggest body, but now he's close to 190 pounds or whatever he's listed at now. You see his speed, the way he shoots the puck, and now it's just being able to manage the puck and playing with confidence. Like an offensive player has to have confidence when you're in and out of the lineup in the American League and trying to find your way. Sometimes those guys can get a little bit lost, and we certainly didn't want a young player losing confidence and fighting it. So we thought going back, scoring goals, and playing in a good team was beneficial for him. And I think while he was frustrated at first, I think he gets it now.
There are a lot of outside analysts that sort of look at your goaltending crop right now and think it's pretty good. How do you view the crop of goaltenders that you have in the system right now? And are you just kind of approach it hoping one or two of them sort of emerges over the next few years? And I guess that can even include the guys on the NHL roster at this point.
Yeah, no, I think, our two goalies are, Eris is obviously we're very high on as an organization, Fedotov, and we have two goalies overseas right now that are very highly thought of by our group. they're at different stages, which is probably a good thing for us. Bjarnason's got another year junior, and Kolosov hopefully comes over, get him over here this year, get his experience, and then, he could press. He's already had KHL experience and has had success at a high level. And then, our other Russian there who's lights out last year, and, he's a guy that we're really excited about.
What do you think J.R. Avon is in his development?
I think last year I think he struggled to find his way at first. We had some extra bodies down there, but you see he's really worked hard off the ice. He's over 200 pounds now, and really he's built up his lower body. But he has one thing he has is dynamic speed. It's just now learning to use it. In junior, you can just fly by everybody, just go wide, and now he's learning to manage the game, manage the puck, know when you can challenge a guy one-on-one, know when to just chip it by and use your speed, and you're either going to draw a penalty or get a scoring chance. So I think this year is a big year for him to find his role and grow his game. Not just be an offensive player. Like he has a good skill set, but whether it's a top 6 NHL skill set, I don't know. So you're gonna have to find your way, whether you're killing penalties or you're bringing energy. But it's gaining the trust of the coaches, and Lappy learned to appreciate his game as the season went along, and he's a shootout specialist normally. But he's a player that has lots of tools to work with. Now he's just got to find his way here. So
With Alex Ciernik,
Yep.
he really stood out in the 3-on-3 portion
Yep.
of the scrimmage. Coming off of what was kind of a lost year with the concussions, is his next step basically just learning how to use that skill when there's less space available to him?
yeah, no, I think part of it is getting stronger. But you watch him in drills, like he's got elite skill set as far as his edges, his hands, and his ability to, when he has time and space, he's got the puck on a string. So I think he's at a younger stage in his game. He's going to hopefully have success this year, grow his gameplay, move to the elite league, have success, and then bring him over. He's a longer path. We knew that when we drafted him, but he's got lots of tools to work with for sure.
It seemed like also Noah Powell kind of stood out.
Yeah.
In the scrimmage. What was your take on him and maybe where you see him fitting?
Well, yeah, he came in. First of all, he's got a great attitude. Came in great shape, very strong. But you can see how he can score goals in juniors because of his strength on the puck, his ability to shoot the puck, his willingness to go to the hard areas and get his nose in there. But a real determined kid. And he's just one of those players that the puck just follows. Like it's whether it's hockey sense or whatever it is, the puck follows him and he gets his looks at the net and he's willing to pay a price and get his nose in there to score goals. So I think his skating has really come for the last couple of years. I think he's got to get some quickness, agility. He's got to work on that a little bit, which he'll be forced to do at the college level because the pace of games are going to be higher. But I think he showed well for himself. His top end speed's fine. He's powerful and he's really willing to put in the work. So I think hopefully he looks like a late bloomer that can continue to grow his game at Ohio State.
Was this the last one with the hearing loss also? And was that kind of something about his character that also lets you guys draft him? Maybe?
Sure. Yeah, he'll answer questions about it, but it doesn't, something that he's had to live with his whole life. And I think it shows character for sure, is what he's had to overcome. But at the same time, he doesn't look at it as anything different than someone else with some other deficiency. So, he's got a hearing aid to help him now, and there's some loud noises that tweak him a little bit. But other than that, he's learned to read lips. He communicates well with his teammates, and he just comes in here with great attitude this week, and he's really shown well for himself.
All right, thank you, Brent.
All right, thanks, guys.